lecture of the increment batch. Okay, RBWM. All of you okay? Yeah. Let's start. Okay. All have come back from the bank. Today is a working day. Yeah. Today was a working day. So all of you have come back from the bank. Heavy pressure. See, JAIIB and CAIIB both are very important nowadays in banking. And also they have become equally tough now. Because earlier portions were not that tough. Till last year, portion was not that tough. This year, from May 23, the portion is really tough for both JAIIB as well as CAIIB, both of them. Okay? So that's why you'll have to study hard. And how now? August and September, only 2 months. So don't miss the lectures and follow whatever instructions I'll be giving. Okay? You'll definitely clear it. Be sure about it. So let's start with the orientation lecture today. Orientation means only first I'll be giving you the idea about the subject. Okay? Nothing more than that. We won't be covering any topic today. Okay? All set? Chalo. Let's start. Firstly, I'll give you a broad picture about this JAIIB. JAIIB, or we also call it DBF, Diploma in Banking and Finance. This Diploma in Banking and Finance is for those guys who are not in the banks. Who are not in the bank. They want to join the bank. Many of the management students are doing this DBF. For us, in the banks, we call it JAIIB. How many of you are not from the banking? How many of you are not from the banking? Type in the comment section. Those who want to join the banking. How many of you are there? Those who want to join the banking. Yeah. So you guys, Krishna, you'll be giving DBF, right? Same paper, no change. Okay? JAIIB and DBF, both are same only. Once you clear your DBF, acha. Once you clear your DBF, then when you join the bank, you convert this certificate. Acha, you are in the bank. Okay. So you guys, those who are not in the bank, once you clear your DBF, then you join some bank. At that time, you convert this certificate of DBF into JAIIB. Okay. So those who are in the banks, you will be giving your JAIIB paper only. Mind it, there is no negative marking. No negative marking. I don't think so they'll be giving any negative marking now. Because even for CAIIB, they have not given any negative marking. So what are the subjects? See here. There are 4 subjects. All of them are compulsory. All are compulsory. Okay, by the way, have you done your registration? Because it has already started. Huh? How many of you have not done your registration still? Registration for the exams. Registration has already started from 1st August to 7th August without any fine. Kindly give the registrations or do the registrations immediately. Kindly do the registrations immediately. Okay? So, as a 6th August. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, do the registrations without fail. Okay, do the registrations without fail. And what happens is you'll get your centers which are near to you. If you give if you do the registrations earlier. If you do the registrations later, then what happens? The centers which you like might be full. Also, obviously, you'll have to pay 100 rupees more after 1 week and 200 more after 2 weeks. Okay? So, do the registration without fail. So, there are 4 subjects: Indian Economy and Indian Financial System, i.e. IFS. PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking, PPB. Accounting and Financial Management for Bankers, AFM. Retail Banking and Wealth Management, RBWM. All the 4 subjects are equally important. There is no subject which is simpler or no subject which is tougher. Sometimes accounts is a bit, you have to study more. Why? Because you have numericals in that. Okay. So numericals, you have accounts. In RBWM also you have numericals. Retail banking also you will be having the numericals. This RBWM was earlier for CAIIB. Those who are watching on YouTube, you guys also kindly like the channel. Click on the subscribe button. Everyone who's watching on YouTube also, because today's class is live on YouTube also. So hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon, share it with your friends. So this RBWM, Retail Banking and Wealth Management, this subject was earlier for CAIIB up to May 23. It was a retail subject, was an elective subject for CAIIB. Now it has come for JAIIB, RBWM. And here you have 2 separate parts, retail banking and wealth management. Wealth management is also separate part. Okay. So RBWM is a new paper added to the JAIIB syllabus. New paper. Okay. Earlier it was not there. In this paper, modules mentioned are the following. So which are the modules? Mainly look at this. Retail banking. It will be introduction. Then retail products and recovery. This will relate to your retail. Now this part will be somewhere common to your PPB. Principles and practices of banking. Okay. Support services. Marketing of support means here we will be discussing more of marketing. And last one is wealth management. Here we'll be discussing various products of wealth management. Mind it, RBWM is a scoring subject. Hugely scoring. Huge scoring. Suppose if you miss out on some other subject, like in accounts, if you get around 46 up to here, up to 45 if you get whenever you are in the single attempt. If you get up to 45, then also you can clear the paper. Passing marks are 50. But if you get 45, then also you can clear the paper. If you are giving it in a single attempt. You know the rule now? Those who don't know, I'll just show you the rule. See this. In the 4 papers, those who don't know, in the 4 papers, if you score around, let's say in paper 1, 55, paper 2, 47, paper 3, 46, last paper, let's say 60. If you give all the papers in a single attempt, remember, single attempt, okay? And your score is like this, then also you have cleared the JAIIB. Then also you have cleared the JAIIB. 55, 47, 46, 60. Your total should be minimum 200. Average should be 50. Total should be minimum 200. So this total becomes what? 110, 115. Then 80 over here, 80. Okay, so 195 and it is more than 200. So that's why you have cleared the papers. Kindly note it. Everyone kindly note, if you are giving it in a single attempt, then all your scores, if they are more than 200 and your minimum marks are 45, then you have cleared it. Okay. Minimum should be 45. This is a one important rule over here. If you get less than, you get 43 over here, then 46, then let's say 70 over here, and again 70 over here. Then also these 2 papers you have failed. These 2 papers you have failed. So minimum is 45. Understand the rule. Okay. And total should be 200. Got it? So in this paper, modules are mentioned as below: retail banking, retail products, support services, and wealth management. Okay. So 4 modules are there. Plus, in this, there is a separate additional reading, okay, on housing loan. That we call it as a fifth module also, housing loan. There is a separate additional reading to this. It's as good as having a module. So you can consider there are almost 5 modules now. Okay, let's see one by one. Module A, retail banking. This is the introductory part. Introductory part means what? Here you will get the introduction about the retail banking. Here you won't get more introduction about wealth management. You'll be getting more introduction about RB, not WM. Okay, so here you have introduction, then retail banking, role within the bank operations. What is the role of retail banking in the banking operations? What do you mean by role? Here it means you will be comparing this bank. Okay, है ना प्रवेश, हिंदी बैच सेपरेट है ना आपका RBWM का? देखिए, दिस इज अ इंग्लिश बैच प्रवेश, दिस इज अ इंग्लिश बैच, ठीक है। हिंदी बैच अलग से है ना, प्रवीण सर लेते हैं उसको, ठीक है। तो आप हिंदी बैच में भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं अगर आपको हिंदी में चाहिए तो। एक देखिए, दोज हु आर जिसको हिंदी बैच जाना है, हिंदी बैच, तो आप लोग हिंदी बैच में सेपरेट जा सकते हैं। हिंदी बैच सेपरेट है, ठीक है। जिसको हिंदी के ज्यादा इजी है वो हिंदी में जा सकता है, ठीक है। तो आप प्रवेश काइंडली नोट, एडमिन से बात कर लीजिए और उन्हें कहिए, ठीक है। सो applicability of retail banking concepts and concept. Now, role within the retail operations. What do you mean by this? Here we'll be comparing the retail banking with corporate banking. Corporate. What is the role of retail banking with respect to corporate banking? What is the income of retail banking with respect to corporate banking? What are the NPA levels of retail banking with respect to corporate banking? So here we'll be comparing everything with respect to corporate banking. Okay. Then applicability of retail banking concepts. So applicability of retail banking concepts matlab means what? All the retail banking basics will be applicable over here. And here the topic is further distinction between retail and corporate wholesale banking. So here we'll be having the distinction also, right? So here we'll be comparing the retail banking as discussed earlier, retail banking with the corporate banking. So various concepts of retail banking. Concepts means what? There are various models of retail banking. Models means there's a horizontal model, vertical model. All these models will be discussed. Then we'll be discussing branch profitability. So that is also there. How will the branch be profitable? That's what we have to study here also. Okay. So this is the branch profitability module. This is also important. Okay. So these are all the important parts. Basically, it's an introduction. And many of the roles or many of the subjects over here, many of the topics over here, you will find it easy to handle. Why? Because much of the things you are already doing in the banking. You all guys might be in retail banking only. Is there anyone who's not working in branch banking or who's working in head office? Is there anyone who's working in head office? Those who are watching on the YouTube also, you can also answer. Is there anyone who's working on the head office? Yeah. So, but you might have worked earlier also. Those who are working in head office, they might have worked in retail banking earlier, isn't it? That's why, acha, you are a part of wholesale banking. Yeah. So earlier you have worked in retail banking, na? Some days, some years, you might have worked, right? Because generally what happens, whenever I here, I'll tell you about myself also, all you guys. I am Vishal Mantri. Those who don't know me, I am Vishal Mantri. I have worked in all the departments of banking. All. I have worked in all the foreign banks, including Citigroup, DBS, Development Bank of Singapore. It's a Singapore-based bank. Then Citigroup. Citigroup means that Citibank. Okay, that group. That USA's first or second bank. I worked in that bank. I worked in HDFC Bank earlier, before all these banks. HDFC Bank. And I started my career from Cooperative Bank. Cooperative, Cosmos Cooperative. So I worked in all the types of banks except nationalized banks. I worked all in private banks and this cooperative banks and foreign banks. Secondly, I worked in all the departments of banking. I worked in retail. I was a part of all this. Right now, what all you are getting now? Insurance pressure. You all guys might be getting insurance pressure. How many of you have insurance pressure now? Insurance. Daily, weekly, monthly target of insurance. You all guys are having this? I think you all guys might be selling insurance only, main, rather than doing the banking. Nowadays in banks, we hardly do banking, right? Nowadays in banks, we hardly do banking. We do only insurance. What is the score of insurance? What is the target of insurance? Everywhere insurance, insurance, insurance. Isn't it? How many of you have the targets? Type yes in the comment section. Insurance. I'll put a poll, okay? How many have insurance targets? I'll put the poll, okay? Targets. Here I put the poll, everyone. Just check the poll link. Those who are in the paid classes, kindly check the poll link. I have put the poll. How many of you have insurance targets? So basically, I feel everyone will be there. Everyone will have these insurance targets. Okay? Because without insurance, you can't work in the banking nowadays, isn't it? So here, this in the introduction part, we'll be studying about the whole basics of your retail banking. Okay, branch profitability is a tough chapter in this. Tough. Okay, I'll mark this. Which is the toughest chapter in this? The toughest chapter in this is branch profitability. Very tough. Tough. Okay, very tough. Remaining chapters are okay. Okay. Next, module B. Module B. See this response. 50-50, okay, 50-50% response. So some of them are not having targets, some of them are having targets. Yeah. So you might be having some other targets, KCC, Kisan, and many other targets are there in banking. Daily, this day, that day, every day we have some day in the banking nowadays. At least in nationalized banks, I am seeing this. Every day is some day. Login day, this login day, KCC day, then what? CASA day, FD day, loan day, various days are there. So every banker has some target or the other. So coming back to this module B. Module B is basically retail products and recovery. This means that this will be somewhere similar to your PPB. Somewhere, roughly. Okay. Customer requirements. What does the customer actually require? Product development process. Means how to develop a new product. New product means what? What is the product in banking? Suppose if my bank wants to bring a new, let's say, children's saving account. So that is a new product for my bank. If my bank wants to bring a new debit card, separate one. So that can be a new debit card. That can be a new product. So what are the steps to this? That we'll be studying. Credit scoring means basically it will relate to your CIBIL scores. Not only CIBIL, other companies also. Highmark or this Dun and Bradstreet, all these. So credit scoring will be relating to all your loans, retail loans. Mainly retail loans are concerned with credit scoring. Important retail liability products. Here you will be dealing with, as I said earlier, here you will be dealing with this saving current FD, retail liability products. Plus, not only those, others also. Saving current FD are the core products. But other products are also there in liability. Means third-party products. That also you'll be studying over here. Important retail asset products. These asset products, these are basically all your consumer loans. consumer loans, home loans, personal loans, car loans, all these. Credit and debit cards, because that is also a new growing business of the banks. How many of you sell credit cards in your bank? Means you might be having a separate person in your bank now, isn't it? We generally have a separate person who sells credit cards. So you all guys have the credit card in your bank, or some banks don't have it? I don't think so any bank is there now. All the nationalized banks, after merging, all of them are having this credit card business. So credit and debit cards, remittance products. Remittance means fund transfer. Remittance, fund transfer products. Fund transfer means it will include all your NEFT, RTGS, UPI, plus other new technologies which have come in. Now here we'll be studying some part of the foreign remittance products also, foreign also. Chaps, chips, target, all these are there. Swift, that also we'll be studying. Swift is used for international trade. Digitization of retail banking means the online. Nowadays we are all digitized, right? All of us deal in the banking, means all the customers want digital banking nowadays. Products, retail banking products, role of AI, technology in the retail banking. Here we'll be studying AI and technology, means here we'll be studying the artificial intelligence plus digital banking, okay, plus the distributed networks. Now what is distributed networks? It means we'll be studying blockchain over here, blockchain technology, because that is also an important part. So role of AI and technology in retail banking. Here we'll be studying all the three main technologies. Not only that, there'll be various other technologies also. Bharat Pay, Bill Pay, the various this payment systems, all these will be studied. These will be studied under digitization also. Then recovery of retail loans. How to recover them? You'll be given a broader view in this recovery. What all are the steps for recovery? What all are the RBI guidelines for recovery? So that recovery of retail loans. Then you'll be having MIS, Management Information System. This topic, now I'll tell you, this MIS topic is the most important topic in your module B. Also, it's a difficult one. Of course, you don't have any numerical in module B. No numerical is there in module B. Okay. Then you have securitization. Securitization is simple one. Even MIS is okay. MIS means what? Basically, Management Information System means what? It means that the customers in your bank, if anything happens in your branch to any customer or any transaction, it must be immediately informed to the head office in some way or the other. How does it get informed? It gets informed through the MIS. The Management Information System or the communication system should be so fast that anything happening in any branch should be in the knowledge of all other banks and all other branches of the bank. Okay. Securitization. That is also an important part. Securitization means what? Selling of the loans. What is securitization? It's actually selling of the standard assets to the SPV, special purpose vehicle. That is known as securitization. Selling of the loans. Okay. So that is about module B. Then module C. This is easy one. A bit easy. Those who have done your MBAs, they'll find it much easier. Others will also find it easier because it's okay type, not a difficult part. Support services, marketing of banking services and products. Marketing of banking services. Now, the important part which you have to note and which will be the question in the exam always is the difference between services and products. This will definitely be the question. And what are the 4 P's? What are the 7 P's of services and products? That will be asked. So you'll be having an introduction over here. Marketing and introduction means introduction to marketing. That's why those who have done your MBA, they'll find it a bit easier. Even in your graduation also, many of you are having this topic of marketing nowadays. Delivery channels in retail banking means how do we reach the customer? What is delivery? Delivery channel means how do you reach the customer? Nowadays we reach the customer through what ways? One is through branch. Second is through online banking. Okay, you answer me, everyone. What are the ways of reaching the customer nowadays? Answer me one by one in the comment section. What are the ways of reaching to the customer? First is branch. I have given you branch. Second one, you answer me, everyone. Those who are watching on YouTube, you also answer me in the comment section. Everyone kindly comment. Via mail, okay. Email, next. Email is there. Next. Next is email is there. You can communicate through email, correct. Then through phone, mobile banking, phone banking, right? App banking, apps. Nowadays we have something more also. Mobile app, correct. Nowadays we have something more also. Other than app, we have gone ahead of apps nowadays. Nowadays we have gone to social media. Means WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook. Banks have gone to that level now. So social media banking, correct. WhatsApp, correct. YouTube. So these are all the ways of reaching to the customer. Ways of reaching means what? Ways means these are called as channels. Now I'll give you few more channels which we don't know, which we know but we don't pay attention to. Here, physical channels. One is branch. Second is DSA. DSA is also one of the channel. Or business correspondent in nationalized banks. That is also one of the channel. So delivery channels means any which ways you reach to the customer. Delivery models. What are the various delivery models? Delivery models means how do you reach to the customer? Again, see, these two will be related to each other, these two chapters. Okay. Then you have customer relationship management in retail banking. CRM we call it, CRM. CRM is an important chapter in retail banking nowadays. Why? Because through CRM, we target the HNI clients. Kindly remember, we target the HNI clients here. CRM is always for HNI clients. HNI, high net worth. What do you mean by high net worth? Kindly note, in your bank always remember there is a 80-20 principle. What is that 80-20 principle? 80-20. It means that 80% of the business you get it from 20% of the customers. Okay, so 80% of the business comes from 20% of the customers. So these 20% are called as HNIs. You have to pay attention to these HNIs. Okay, so for them we have this CRM, customer relationship management. Then service standards for retail banking. Service standards. What are the various service standards? Means here you will be studying BCSBI. BCSBI. Here you will be studying this. BCSBI codes. But now I'll tell you BCSBI codes. Okay, now you guys tell me. On YouTube also, in the paid class also. Is BCSBI existing now? Is BCSBI existing now? Banking codes and standards. Okay. Do they exist now? Yeah. BCSBI, it has been dissolved. Kindly note, it has been dissolved. BCSBI does not exist now. Okay. It was a voluntary organization, but now it is not existent. RBI has taken over the role of BCSBI. RBI has taken over all the role of BCSBI. Okay. So service standards, but then also you have this for studies. The next is marketing information system, MKIS. In your module B you had MIS. Now you have MKIS. Okay. MKIS means this is totally related to marketing. Year means what? What will you study in MKIS? You'll be studying about what are the various costs in marketing and how will you control the cost and increase the output. That's what we study in MKIS. Okay. Then you have module D, wealth management. This wealth management is a new topic in this retail banking. But all the banks are now focusing on wealth management only. You see, all the banks, every bank is focusing on the same topic now. Insurance, mutual fund, fee-based income. So wealth management is all about TPP. Okay, all about TPP. Here you will be having importance of wealth management. This is one of the chapters. Investment management, tax planning, other financial services provided by the banks. So here, if you see, wealth management is an important chapter and big chapter, very big chapter. Investment management, a smaller chapter as compared to wealth. Wealth is the biggest one. Investment is a smaller one. Tax planning is smaller but difficult. Why difficult? Why is tax planning is difficult? Because the rules of the tax go on changing every year. If you see this time's budget, latest budget, if you see, again there are changes in tax. So what happens whenever you have such changing rules, the answer becomes difficult. In exam also, they ask you certain questions on tax planning. My income is so and so. Give me the total amount of tax which I'll be paying this. Then ATC investments, are they existing now? Where they are not existing? What is the new rule? 115 BSE. What is the new tax regime? Other financial services provided by the banks means other financial means related to bonds. What all because banks also give the services related to bond purchases. So that is also included over here. Other financial services. Then afterwards you have, now as I told you earlier, this is additional reading. You can call this as module E. It's not officially called as module E, but unofficially you can call this as module E. Unofficially. Okay? Because this is a bigger topic. Although it's not a separate module, but its additional reading is a bigger topic. Here, and typically it's for housing loan. Why housing loan? Because almost 60% of your income in branch, 60% of the income in branch nowadays comes from housing loans. All the banks are focusing on housing loans. So 60% of the income of the banks comes from housing loan now. So here you have lender's appraisal procedure. Lender's appraisal means how do you appraise the housing loans? Here specifically it's mentioned about housing loan because that is the main loan in the banking now. Lender's appraisal procedure. How do you appraise the loan? What do you look at? What do you look at the financials? How do you do the field visit? How do you check the security documents? Housing finance and tax planning. So tax planning related to housing finance. See this. Earlier also you had tax planning. Here also you are having tax planning. But this tax planning is related to only housing finance. Then mortgage advice. How do you give the mortgage advice? Means what do you suggest to the customer? Which type of mortgage have you to do? Is it usufructuary or is it this conditional sale? Is it okay, which mortgage do you use in your banks? Everyone. Which type of mortgage do you use in your banks for housing loans? Type in the comment section. Those who are watching on YouTube, you also type in the comment section. Which type of mortgage do you use in your banks for housing loans? Let me see. Which mortgage? Registered equitable. Generally, we don't do registered. Registered is not done generally. Generally, equitable is done, isn't it? Because registered means it is a difficult part. Generally, all the commercial banks, means it includes your nationalized banks and private banks. They do equity. Even cooperatives do equitable now. They've been allowed to do the equitable now. So equitable mortgage is done. So this mortgage advice, various types of mortgages are there. Registered is there, equitable is there, then usufructure is there, then conditional sale is there, simple mortgage is there, English mortgage is there. So various types of mortgages will be studied over here. Okay? Yeah. Valuation of the real property. How to do the valuation? That is also studied. How to do the valuation. Okay? Means what all are there are actually problems in this. You'll be getting some numericals in this in housing section. Okay? So these are all the 4 or 5 modules, I will call it. Okay? These modules are there. Now those who are watching on YouTube, kindly download Adda 24/7 app. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, test series, and kindly join this batch immediately, because today is only the orientation class. From next week, or I think so this week might be the off, from next Monday, the actual class will be starting. Okay? So kindly join it ASAP, because you have only 2 months now. Okay? Yeah. Now, what are the, I'll give you some here. That was a broad guideline about your topic, subject. Okay. Now, let's go into some examples. Examples means like in marketing, you have this part. What are the various levels of products? See this. Now, here you'll get the way of my teaching also. Okay. For you guys, everyone, those who are watching on YouTube also, kindly join it. Why am I saying this? Because I'll be sharing with you, number 1, your book notes. Book notes means all your book, complete book, has been brought down to very less number of pages, almost 40-50 by me. I have studied the full book, gone through the full book, got down the important points, and then created these notes. Okay, so book notes will be given to you. Second is you'll be given the master PDF. That master PDF will be there. These are the handouts which I'll be giving separately in this class. So handouts will be given, and this master PDF will be given to you. It will include all the important definitions, all complete this subject. Okay. Then you will be getting the numericals PDF. I'll be handing over the numericals PDF to you. Here you will be having all the important. Here you get 5 marks case studies also in numericals. You have housing numericals, you have tax numericals, you have this capital gains numericals. So all these numericals are there. I'll be branch profitability numericals. So all these numericals, I'll be giving you the handouts of this. Plus 3 to 4 more, which you can study at length. You will be able to download that. Keep it to yourself and study. Okay. So all these handouts I will be giving along with the classes. So now coming back to this is just one example I am giving. What are the various types of products or levels of products? Core product, generic product, expected product, augmented product, and potential product. What do you mean by all these? Okay, I'll ask you one question. Everyone, kindly answer one question. We all buy cooking oil for our daily living. Cooking oil, right? Dhara, Fortune, various cooking oils, right? Fortune and what all? Sundrop, various names. Now you tell me, these cooking oils, there is also a person who's selling open cooking oil near your house. We call it ghani, right? What do you call in various parts? In South India, what do you call it? We call it ghani over here. Ghani means what? Ghani means that guy gives you the open oil in the separate tin. Why don't we buy that oil in the cities? Almost all of us buy this packed oil. Packed means Fortune, this Dhara, which advertisement is there for which? So why don't we buy that open oil? That is meant by this core product. Here, oil is oil. You give it in packing or you give it in a separate tin. It's oil. But then also, human nature is that human nature always goes for packaging. So there comes the generic product, expected product. What do people expect from you? Augmented product. Now this augmented means what? Suppose if you buy a car, the after sales service is the main augmented part. People always prefer that car nowadays which will have better after sales service, whose parts are available in the market immediately. Suppose if there is some repairing to be done in that car, the part should be easily available. So that is known as augmented product. And potential means what? Which is the future. Future. What do we see in the banking now in future? So potential means right now the next potential is AI, and second one is this blockchain technology. These are the two things which will change the entire banking space. Entire banking. New NBFCs will come in. Now you have the competition not only from banks. Here, all the banks have the competition not only from the banks. They have the competition from the NBFCs. They have the competition from the online lenders. Online. Many of the companies are giving online loans also now. We have the competition from that also. So that's why this is just one example I gave you how the marketing is done. So core product, actual product, augmented product. See this. Core product. Then actual means brand name, quality, packaging, all this comes under actual product. Augmented means after sales service, warranty, installation, delivery and credit. So all these come under augmented. So this is just part of your marketing part. Next, similar one, you have product life cycle, PLC. These are the various stages in the life of the product. These are just examples I am giving. Okay, how the teaching style is. So you'll understand what my teaching style is. How will I teach you? Okay. Product life cycle. What is PLC? PLC means how does every product in its life moves. Always there is the introduction phase first. Introduction. Here we just introduce the product. Then we growth, then maturity, and then decline. In this phase, the product dies. So which is now just let me ask you, which is the introduction phase now? Artificial intelligence, it's in the introduction phase. Which is in the growth phase now? Growth. Your UPI payment system is in the growth phase now. Which is in the maturity phase now, means it's almost over now. Maximum it has got. Maturity is clearing, normal clearing, check clearing. You guys tell me, the check clearings have reduced or not in the banking? Check, no, don't compare it immediately last year or 1 year. Compare it with 10 years back. 10 years back, checks were forming almost 60% of your fund transfer system. Now they are forming almost 30%. So checks have reduced. So that is under the maturity phase. And decline is what? Decline means many things like even debit cards. Debit cards are in the decline phase now. Why? Because of UPI. Nobody wants. How many of you have used debit cards in last 1 year? How many times I will say? How many times? If you see, it's very few. So you mainly use UPI now. So that's why debit cards here are in the declining phase, right? So this whole card business. So this is just one example I gave you. Life cycle and bank product. See this. This is just an explanation. Stages of product life cycle are very important from the banks in the product development. Banks should aim for keeping the product in the maturity stage as long as possible. Because in maturity phase, what do we have? We have maximum sales and maximum profit. We have maximum sales and profit in maturity phase. So every bank will try to keep the product in the maturity phase and not in the declining phase. Product life cycle is different for different products. Okay, every product will have different product life cycle. Some products may not go through all the 4 stages. Immediately they may die. Okay. Some products will have instant death immediately after introduction. There are certain products which don't work at all. Right? You see in your bank also. Subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel, everyone. Click on the bell icon. Share it with your friends. Let's solve some objective questions and then we'll stop for today. Advantages of retail banking include: risk is less as the client base is large. Income is relatively more as spread is more. Stable model with less volatility, and all of the above. So what is the answer? You answer me now. Those who are watching on YouTube, you guys also answer me fast. What is the advantage of retail banking? A, B, C or D? Yeah. Is it A, B, C or D? It is correct. It is D. Okay, everyone else? It is D, correct? D. So, it is D. So, all of the above. Got it? It's all of the above. So, D is the answer. Next one. Advantages of retail banking do not include. Now, look at this. This is a negative question. In exam, you'll always have to focus on whether it's a positive question or negative. So, advantages of retail banking do not include: risk is less as the client base is large. Income is relatively more as spread is more. Stable model with high volatility, and all of the above. So, which one is not the advantage? Does retail banking have high volatility? High volatility means no. C is the answer. C. High volatility. Retail banking doesn't have high volatility. Retail banking will always have less volatility, less. Okay? The savings account and the current account balances won't change that much as compared to the corporate banking. So the answer is C over here. Do not. Here, the question is do not. Negative you wanted. Negative. Okay? Which of the following is not an advantage of retail banking? Again, negative question. Not an advantage. High cross-selling, high customer loyalty, less volatility in business, high default rates. Not an advantage. Not. Which of them is not an advantage? High cross-selling. So that is an advantage. Cross-selling means what? You will sell more products to the same customer. High customer loyalty. Customers don't shift their banks too much. So that is also true. Less volatility. So that is also true. High default rates. That is false. This is false. So this is false. Okay. So the answer is D. High default rates. Not an advantage. Okay. Which of the following is not a part of retail banking? Not. Understand, here I have deliberately asked negative questions because in exam they ask many negative questions. Internet banking, mobile banking, providing term loan for projects and credit card. So which of them is not a part of retail banking? What is the answer? C. Correct. Answer is C. It is not a part of retail banking. Okay. This C. Remaining all are the part of retail banking. After the outbreak of COVID, the future of retail banking mainly depends on. So because of COVID, what has happened? Branch banking, brick and mortar, digital, and none of the above. So future of retail banking depends on what? Branch, brick and mortar, digital, and none of the above. So the answer is C. Correct. Digital banking. Digital. Last one. The proportion of housing loan in retail loan segment is more than. Just now I told you 50%, 60%, 75%, 45%. So it is more than 60%. Okay, 60%. Got it? Yeah, 60%. So now those who are watching on YouTube and not joined the batch as of now, kindly join the batch immediately. Okay, I'll show you. See this. Join the batch. How do you join the batch? See this. Go to Adda 24/7. I'll always suggest you to go through the app. In the app, you get 1% extra using the coin systems. Click on JAIIB and CAIIB. Go to JAIIB October 24. See this increment batch. Join this increment batch, English one. Okay. Ebooks, test series, online live classes, expert faculties, interactive classes, recorded videos, doubt sessions are also there. Huh? If you check the ebooks, see this, ebooks are to the level of chapter. See this is subject. It is more to the level of chapter. Chapter wise ebooks are there. Similarly, tests are chapter wise. So join this batch immediately. Right now you are getting almost 81% discount. Let me show you. See this. Click on buy now. Put the code Y432. Y432. Click on apply. See this. 80% off you are getting plus 1% extra using the coin systems. So 81% off you are getting. So that's why join the batches ASAP using this code Y432. Okay. You can join the Mahapack as well. In Mahapack you are getting multiple batches. Those who have joined the batches, you can also upgrade to Mahapack. In Mahapack, you get around 15 plus batches per subject. And right now, you are getting double validity. Means you buy for 6 months, you get it for 12 months. You buy for 12 months, you get it for 24 months. Again, use the same code Y432. Okay, and join. Chalo. Bye from my side for today. Let's meet in the main class. I think so it is in the next week. Okay. Not next 4-5 days it won't be there. I think so next Monday it is there. Not this Monday, next Monday. Okay. Let's see. You will be getting the intimation, everyone. Chalo, bye from my side. So got the overall view of the subject, everyone. Enjoyed the class. So let's move out today. Okay. Bye.